Welcome back, everyone. This is Kevin K3KTB, and welcome back to my ham shack. If you could please like and subscribe, I would appreciate that. Today I'm giving you an overview of my antennas. I have a number of antennas outside, and I've talked about them, but I was able to get outside in the nice weather and be able to video those, and now I'm going to show those to you now. The one thing that I wanted to be sure to let you know, my hex beam, it's a DX Engineering hex beam. I don't believe they make it any longer. There's a lot of good DX or hex beam manufacturers out there, so go and take a look at those. If I replace it, I'll get another one from another manufacturer, but there's a lot of good ones out there. The DX Engineering is really well built, though, so I imagine it's going to last for a lifetime, hopefully. Hopefully I'll live for a long time. But at any rate, that beam covers 20 through 10 meters. I also have a J-pole antenna for GMRS that I'm going to be mounting outside soon, and it's going to go on the same mast that the 2 meter 70 centimeter J-pole is on. I have brackets, making brackets out of PVC pipe, and it's going to be offset by 3 feet from the 2 meter 70 centimeter J-pole, so hopefully they won't interact. I want to keep those a little bit further away from one another. Okay, I'll start with my DX Commander here. This is my only vertical, vertical for HF. It's about 30 feet tall, and down at the bottom, it's fed at the bottom, and I have about 27 10-foot radials spread all around. They seem to work pretty good. I'm going to add more radials this spring. I'm going to put in some longer radials. I think that may help with 40 meters as well. So I'll give that a try and see what that does. And over here on the right there, the black antenna, that's simply a CB antenna. Right there, this is my disco antenna, and that is for my scanner. And we'll go over here, and up the very top there, hopefully you can see it, that is my 2 meter 70 centimeter J-pole antenna. And up the very top of the roof there, that is my hex beam and the rotator under it. And that window there at the very top, that is where my ham shack is. Now looking this way, the antenna in the front, that's my 80 meter trapped dipole. It's pretty sad looking. I'm really amazed it works. I don't think you can see the traps in it. There we go. Let me move a little bit. And there's one of the traps. I do hope you can see that. It's kind of like in a W. It's high in the center, and then the ends kind of sag down, and it goes into the tree. And the one behind it, it's a red wire. I don't know if you can really see that or not. And that is my 40 meter dipole, and you can probably see the feed line going up to the center there. In the spring, right in that area just to the right of the vertical antenna, I'm going to erect a push-up mast, and it'll be about 25-30 feet in the air, and I'm going to tie off the 40 meter dipole there, because where it's at now, it's tied off out in the woods, and I'd rather just have it up there. I can get the other end higher, and the 80 meter, I'm going to put that much higher in the tree it's tied off in. I just need the good weather, and it shouldn't be too long for that, because It's been a very mild winter here. Today is very, very nice, around 40 degrees, which is really unusual for the middle of January here in western Pennsylvania. I hope you enjoyed that. The biggest thing with antennas that I can say is just get a wire up in the air. I showed you my 80-meter dipole. It's so low to the ground, it kind of sags down in between. It works though. It works. I've made some contacts with it. I've been actually very surprised at it. I've had other antennas that I didn't think that they would work at all, and they've been fabulous. When I first became a ham, it was in the middle of the winter, and so I couldn't put any antennas outside. So the old house, I put a fan dipole in the attic and a 2-meter, 70-centimeter J-pole, the one I have outside now. It was in the attic, and they worked. They work. I made DX contacts, and when you put them outside, if you have them in your attic and you put them outside, it's like somebody takes a blanket off of your antennas, and it is amazing. But don't worry about the height above the ground, whether it's at a slant, whether it's sagging in the middle like my 80-meter dipole. Just get that antenna in the air. You'll be amazed. You get a contact at the right time, and you can get that DX. It's amazing. I'm just absolutely amazed at what an antenna can do, but you've got to have that wire in the air. If you're brand new, the best antenna, if you can fit it in your yard, is an off-center fed dipole. The off-center fed dipole, most often you can get it 20, well, you can get it 40 all the way down to 6 meters. It depends on where it's cut, where the feed point is, how many bands you can get. I have two. The one that I had at my last house, it was fed at a different point. Usually it's a third on one side and 2/3 on the other side. This was closer to it was cut closer to the shorter end, or I mean, it was fed closer to the shorter end. And with that antenna, I had 40, 20, 17, 15, and 10. I believe I might have had 6 on that. It's a great antenna. Unfortunately, I just can't get it up here, and I really don't need it because with a hex beam, my hex beam, again, it's 20 down through 10 meters. The DX Commander, that's 40 through 6 meters. Its biggest thing, get the wire in the air. You'll be amazed. I don't care how high it is, what direction it is. Get it in the air, and you're going to be absolutely amazed. So I want to talk about my J-poles. My J-poles, I've got one here, the GMRS J-pole. It's kind of sitting right here in my shack for right now until I can get it mounted outside. And you just saw the J-pole, the 2-meter, 70-centimeter J-pole outside. Those are KB9 VBR J-poles. I consider them very inexpensive antennas. Michael Martins is the gentleman that created these antennas and builds them. They're fantastic value for the money. To me, they're very inexpensive. They're like $30, $40. Shipping is really reasonable. He gets them out to you really quick. They're fantastic antennas. So take a look at those. I can't say enough about those. The J-pole that I have for 20 meters, 70 centimeters, I got that. That was first. Well, I had a actually I had a J-pole. It was a roll-up J-pole in front of the window where I was, and then I got that one. My wife bought me that J-pole for Christmas, had it in my attic, like I said, moved it outside in the spring, and it's just been fantastic. It performs very, very well. So I can't say anything about that. The craftsmanship, the quality is really good as well. And he'll back it up. Any problems you would have, I'm sure that he would replace it or fix it for you. He's a great guy. He has a YouTube channel. He has a monthly Q&A. And it's a live session. You can get on there and watch and type in questions. But he's a great guy. He's a really great guy. Great product. And please take a look at his YouTube channel. Next to last thing I want to talk about is the Bouvet Island DXpedition 3Y0J. Well, they had a lot of issues with that. I understand they had a lot of issues just getting to the island and then getting the equipment up and putting it into position. It didn't work out well. There were some really bad actors involved there, not with the DXpedition team. They were great. It was people that were using the call sign to try to trick people into making contacts, and a lot of people that they were actually jamming. It was sad. It was really sad. So I wasn't able to make contact, but I got to looking and I saw on another YouTube channel that the last DXpedition to that island, it was a failure. They did not even get on the island. Then this evening I was watching another YouTuber, and I was told that I found out that the most successful was when they had a larger ship with a small helicopter and they could land them with a helicopter. And I think that is probably the best thing to do with that island. They try to use small boats to land on the island, and the boats are, from what I see, it's just way too small. And they try to do it as lowest cost as possible, but you know, they spent $750,000, I believe, trying to make it to that island, and you would have to have a much bigger vessel, and then the helicopter and a pilot. But I think if that's the way it's done, you have to do it that way. And right now, after this, if I was going on a DXpedition, I'd have to think about it long and hard after all the people that created interference with that. And that's just a shame. So I did receive my new QSL cards. Got one right here. Let me grab it. I'll post a picture as well. I am very happy with this. The picture, unfortunately, it's a little grainy, but it's an older picture, one that I took when I was in the Navy. But I'm very, very happy with it. I sent the first one out today, and I'll be sending many more out. So if you're ever on the air and I make a contact with you, please send me QSL and I'll reply, and you'll get that card. So until next time, I want to say 73 and happy ham hunting. Good evening.